everyone, welcome back to EC Travels. Today's opening night of Halloween Horror Nights, and of course we had to be here, so we're going to show you the houses, well, at least as many as we can, and stick around. So we're finally here for the opening of Halloween Horror Nights, and I'm here with a special guest, my friend Jaciel. He's going to be saying hello in the vlog. It's his first time here. Well, actually he's been before, but he didn't do any of the houses, which is crazy, but this time we're going to change that. And of course there's a lot of people because it's opening night. This time we didn't really plan what we're gonna do, so we're just gonna try to enjoy it, and of course we'll have some food as well. So let's see what the first scare zone is right now. So I'll have to find out the name of this, but it's a pretty cool one. Jaciel's all smiles, Andrea. You know she's away from getting scared. So here's another scare zone. It's like a boat. Okay. Swamp people. It's gonna be good with Andrea. Okay. And again, all of these will look much better at night. Right now it's still pretty sunny. So we'll be back to see these later. Okay, so we're in line for the first one, which is Goblin Feast and Eternal Bloodlines. One is 25 minutes and the other one is 20, so that's pretty good. We'll get to do two.
That was pretty scary. I got a lot of the jump scares, and then Eddie and Jaciel were just laughing at me, but it was pretty good. Did like the costumes and the set and everything.
I'm camera shy. I'm kidding. No, it was alright. I mean, I had higher expectations. It was okay. We'll go to the next one. We'll see.
So Eternals was pretty good, but yeah, it's the first one. We're gonna have to see which one's what the other ones are like. But now we're going to Goblin Feast, which I've heard is supposed to be good. It's unfortunately already at 60-minute wait, but we'll see what we actually wait. It's cool to hear the sounds as you prepare to go into the house.
I like this one because they have a house on the outside, so you're already experiencing it before you actually get to go in.
Right, so I gotta say that I much prefer this one over the first one. It was more interactive. But I also want to give you all some explanations. My friend Jaciel will be explaining things in Spanish, and then I'll just translate for you all, or I'll put the subtitles. But Andrea, what did you think?
This one was really good. The costumes are so ugly. Those goblins look terrifying. I did get a lot of jump scares, but I felt like the music didn't match like the whole goriness because it seemed more upbeat, so I wasn't sure what to expect for some of the houses.
Yeah, but that was a good one, and they were targeting Andrea, I think, because she gets scared pretty easily. What about you, Jaciel?
Me gustó mucho. Creo que estaba mejor preparada que la anterior en respecto en que sentía que estaba mejor escondido si tenía una mejor oportunidad de asustarte. Entonces, me gustó mucho.
Translation, he liked it. He thought it was better because... No, he thought it was better because the actors were better prepared as far as where they're hiding. Because sometimes you are walking with a group and then it might scare someone in front of you, so that ruins the surprise. But this one had several different angles that you could get scared from, which was pretty good. How was my translation? So it's 8, and as you can see, the Eternal Bloodlines is at 75 and Goblin Feast at 60, which is still not so bad, but it is getting busier. So real quick, just wanted to let you know that the restrooms that were out here by the houses are pretty good. I'm not sure if all of them will be like that, but these are pretty cool, literally, and really clean. So the third house is going to be Slaughterhouse Cinema. It's posted at a 60-minute wait, but who knows, because sometimes, you know, they exaggerate the times. It's pretty close to the other two that we did, so I think we're going to try to get these done and out of the way before we shift to another side of the park. So this is pretty cool. We're about to go into Slaughter Cinema, and they have this outdoor movie theater area. Just cool because you get to experience the house before you actually go in it. You can see that we have the fog over there. It's unfortunate we can't film inside, but it's pretty cool that we can show you some of these things when they showcase them outside.
Getting immersed into the experience already.
That was pretty good. I wasn't expecting the first guy on the couch. I thought he was actually wasn't feeling well. And then all of a sudden he just started vomiting on us. So that was pretty cool.
And we only ended up spending like 40-45 minutes in the wait, although it said 60 minutes, so that's pretty good that we didn't have to wait too long because the lines are getting longer. You can see that it's A, much darker, but B, also a lot busier. So I think we're gonna go try to get something to eat before we go watch the show, and then we'll continue with the houses. Right, so before we go get some food, now we're gonna walk through the Blumhouse Scare Zone. And it's much cooler now that it's dark because we can actually appreciate the lights, the fog, and some of the scares, of course. That Blumhouse scare zone wasn't so bad. People are just rushing you a bit, but it's not bad. It's so cool because they have a lot of lights and the fog, so you get to enjoy it.
So I ordered the spinal column pinchos. So it's chicken with chimichurri sauce. It's not spicy, so. I'll give it a 6. Not bad.
I ordered the pork carniceria. It comes with pork, some mole sauce, and then a corn tortilla. It is a small portion, but we're gonna split this and then maybe get more food. You see the sauce here. And then sesame seeds on top. This is really good. It's not your typical theme park food. I wish they did have more tortillas because only one for this much of meat is not enough. We also ordered the chocolate tres leches because Eddie loves tres leches cake. This one has whipped cream on top, cinnamon, and then the cake on the bottom. Doesn't feel as moist. It's a bit dry, but it does have a rich chocolate flavor. Let me see if I can get more. Yeah, maybe it's been sitting there a while that some of the liquid went to the bottom. The bottom is more moist. It does have a lot of like cinnamon, maybe even chocolate chips in the bottom.
So we're gonna go get Andrea lemonade, but in the meantime, look at these. They're pretty cool. They didn't have this when we first went. They have a bunch of different ones, I guess, from Blumhouse.
We ordered the sour cherry lemonade boba, and it's right near the Blumhouse scare zone. I wasn't expecting it to look like this. It's got candy ice and whipped cream on top. And I like that it's a good size, so we can split this. It tastes like Sprite, but it has a light cherry syrup, so it's not too strong. I haven't gotten any of the boba pieces, but let me try some of the whipped cream. The combination of the soda and the whipped cream is good. Still haven't gotten any of the boba pieces yet, but let's see if Eddie has any luck and gets any of the boba.
Literally the first sip that I took, I had boba, and then I drank a bunch of them. So did you already get some?
No. It's a lychee boba. Okay, that's where the lychee flavor is.
So now we're going into the Candy Factory scare house, and it is 80 minutes, so we'll see how it actually is inside. Our luck has been that we've been waiting less than what they're advertising, but we'll see if this one's true or not.
So we just finished the drink, but we were talking about how it's definitely not worth $10. After a while, it just tastes like Sprite with whipped cream. But my favorite part though were those lychee boba balls.
Major sweet candy! Flip your list, kids!
I think that one has to have the best set and really good music. It was kind of like more like happy songs, but also it smelled kind of like candy on the outside. So it really goes with the theming.
It's been my fave so far. I agree with the sound effects makes much more sense, so you would actually get scared with the sounds, and they would get much more personal, so they wouldn't invade your space much more. So I like that as well.
I agree, that was one of my favorite as well. It was pretty good. And now we're going to Nightmare Fuel. I think this is the line for it. There's an 11 show and then at midnight, but we're gonna try to get this one so we can finish the rest of the house. So we can finish the rest of the houses. Yeah, this is the line. So it does get busy. Make sure you get here early. And as you can see, there's already a ton of people there. And then all these others waiting in line. And it's a pretty cool show. So we'll get in line and check that out.
I'm surprised by all the stuff that they were able to include in that short amount of time. Things like a samurai sword, a ring of fire, some backflips, a girl spinning from a rope by her hair. It was a great show. I really liked the costumes and the set. Music was good. The vibes in the stadium was awesome. Everyone was like so excited and hyped to see the show.
Yeah, I agree. Really well done. We did the one that was 2 years ago, and this was a little different, but it's still the same concept where they use a lot of fire and a lot of really cool tricks that they do. But of course, once you let out, there's a lot of people, and now we're trying to get to our other houses because we've done 4 and we still need 6 of them. So of course, we still have until 2 a.m., so we have plenty of time. So we're here at the museum, Deadly Exhibits, and it's cool when they have out here in the line before you enter a facade. This one appears to be some type of like church or factory. maybe I guess a museum, that would make sense. But it said it was over an hour, or I think maybe 60 minutes. And actually it's only been 15 minutes and we're about to enter, so that's pretty good.
Center of our newest exhibit. The rotting stone from Western Europe has hundreds of years of folklore.
Not so good.
The set was not as fun because it's a museum, but I thought some of the scare actors were pretty good. And then I also get scared with some of the regular cast that is also just like standing there watching. There's been several times where they're just standing there. They're supposed to like make sure nothing is going wrong, and they scare me even though they don't do anything.
All right, so we're back in the scare zone. And if you remember, this was the one that we went in earlier, but of course it was light out. And this is pretty cool because it's like a swamp. You see the misters, and this that makes it seem sort of like water, so it's pretty cool. And these monsters, you can see these crocs have eaten someone. Okay, what's going on? They target on that because they know she gets scared. There you go. It's always fun. Ooh, this is a good one. Check it out. Oh,
I think this theming though is probably the best one because you do hear a lot of the sounds. You have some of the mist and everything. We haven't been to the other ones in the dark, but I'm sure they're pretty good too.
so we stumbled upon this scare zone, which seems to be about torturing people. As you can see, that gruesome one. This one's pretty graphic.
What do you know? They spread it up.
All right, so we're pretty much done with that scare zone, but it's time to get to some of the IP houses like Ghostbusters, A Quiet Place, and a few others that we still need. And they're up front here, and they're in the big sound stages, so that should be pretty fun. So I guess insidious it is. It's at 65 minutes, and right next to it is Triplets of Terror. Oh, that looks pretty cool, and it's crazy that they've been doing this for 33 years.
My heart is still racing. That was pretty scary. I don't even remember if we've seen the movie, probably not, right? But I'm sure the theming is really good. I thought the actors were really good too.
That was pretty good. I really liked it a lot. I liked it.
Again, I gotta repeat that my favorite thing about all these things is seeing Andrea get scared. I don't really get scared for any of them, but Andrea does, and I enjoy it, so that's pretty good.
I feel they target me because they see that I get scared and then they
definitely.
go again on the other corner and attack me too.
Yeah, that's a fun one though. Now we're going to Ghostbuster. Again, we're gonna try to get the IPs done before the night ends because I think we have about an hour left. So this one says 45 minutes, and hopefully it's less because as you can see, there aren't that many people here and the line's moving pretty quick. Okay, so we just finished Ghostbusters, and I gotta say it wasn't that scary, but I did like the visuals and all the effects that it had. I haven't seen the movie, but it still looked pretty cool, especially how everything was frozen. So that was a pretty good one, but again, not so scary.
That one has to be hands down the best set that we've seen so far. It was really big, a really big set, and it was cool in the sense that I hadn't seen the new Ghostbusters, but if you've seen the old Ghostbusters, you kind of get the concept about it. And I did like it. Also enjoyed the AC in there.
All right, so there's only around 30 minutes before it closes, and A Quiet Place will have to be the last house that we have. Even though it says around an hour, I think we'll have enough time to make it anyways. We'll be missing two houses, which is Triplets of Terror and I think Monsters of Latin America. But we'll have to do those at another time. For now, we want to make sure we got the IPs done.
I didn't like it. I watched all the movies. I had high expectations. It started off good. You know, it was quiet. It was dark. I was like, oh, it's gonna be good. But nah, not a fan.
I like the set on this one and all the props and everything. Those little, those demons are pretty scary too, but I do like that they put the sounds like in the movie and then they whisper like if you're actually in a quiet place.
Yeah, it definitely was not scary, but it was pretty good as far as the props and the way they set up everything. But yeah, that's it. We made it. We missed two of them, but we'll come back and see them at another point. At least we got all the ones that we wanted to see. Okay, so that's a wrap. We're pretty tired. It's late. It's past 2. But we're gonna get Hasier's reaction since we've been here recently and he's been here before, but he actually didn't go into the maces. But this time he did, so let's see what he thinks. Maybe what was his favorite, what was his least favorite.
Alright, so my favorite, I would say, well, I like 2 the most, the Goblin and the Candy Factory. One of my least, well, there were a couple ones that I didn't get scared. I mean, I know they put a lot of work into it, so yeah, the scenario and everything were pretty nice. But I wanted to actually get scared. I would say maybe this last one was a big disappointment to me because I have really high expectations. Would I do it